back in Chicago. I made it back safely. As some of you know, I was in Tuscany and Puglia for the end of the beautiful spring and all the flowers blooming. And it did not disappoint. The flowers were gorgeous. It was inspiring. I got to meet so many people, so many locals. I went to so many hilltop towns that I had wrote about in my book, Simply Tuscany, and I got to revisit them and I got to enjoy them in a different way. I'm inspired, I'm excited. I have so much going on in my mind. I have a lot to share the next coming months to 6 months, all about like what I did. And I took cooking classes and I talked with the locals, and I just kind of delved in and tried to really understand the land and their secrets.
You're going to want to start out by getting a mandolin or with a very, very fine hand, slice your red onions very fine. If you happen to have tropea onions, which are still red onions, feel free to use them. They're fantastic. But here we have the red onion after I slice them all. You're going to soak them in cold water for about 10-15 minutes, and just to sort of help them get sweeter and just release any bitterness to the red onion. So just give it a good little toss and set it aside for 10 minutes until you're ready. In the meantime, we are going to create what is called a pastella. And the pastella is basically, again, I use tepid water and I add a little bit of salt. This is a very easy mixture. A little bit of salt. Then you're going to go in with some fresh ground pepper. And to your liking, just go ahead and do as much or as little as you'd like. I like to add, in this case, I'm giving it a little kick with some smoked paprika. As you know, I'm a little addicted to that. And now I'm adding the flour. The flour is going to be just a very light mixture. And you're just going in, you're going to whisk it very well. Keep whisking. You want to make sure all the lumps and everything is removed. Keep stirring, and then you're going to add the fresh grated Parmesan cheese that I grated ahead of time for, obviously for simple purposes, to make it easier and quicker. But it's very simple ingredients and just a few. And the pastella is what's going to solidify the whole schiacciata. Schiacciata is a modern day flatbread that has been going on for a long time in the Tuscan region. And there's many, many different variations on it. And you'll find in homes many different variations on it as well. I went in with fresh oregano that I was lucky enough to bring back from Tuscany, a big bunch of that. So that was kind of fun to be able to have that on hand, and I'm going to get to enjoy it for the whole year. I'm going to really treat it special. So this bowl was not quite big enough, so I went ahead and I got a different, larger bowl, and then I went in, and now I'm going to just take my sliced red onions out of the tepid water and let it just sort of drain out the water a little bit. Then just place it into the pastella mixture, or otherwise known as batter. It's a very thin batter, very thin, simple batter. So I'm adding all my red onions. You can use white onions, Vidalia onions, yellow onions. I had a taste for red onions. Tropea onions are a specialty in Italy, so I was inspired. These are not exactly tropea onions, but very close. So just preparing my cookie sheet, I put down parchment paper. I spread a little bit of the olive oil around, and now after I tossed around my red onions in the pastella, it was ready for me to dump on my cookie tray after I massaged it with a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of the parchment paper. And as you can see, I'm just evening it out, making sure everything feels flat and even, and you can see it's ready for the oven. Can't wait for it to come out. I did take it out halfway through. I decided to just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the top and actually sprinkle some breadcrumbs on top. Not a lot, but just a little bit. I wanted to give it just a little bit extra crunch. You could either use breadcrumbs, or if you also happen to have a little bit of semolina flour, that will also do the trick, and cornmeal flour as well. So
So
just
I'm starting off, as you know, this is what I made today. I made a onion schiacciata, but I decided to use a red onion as opposed to the regular white onion. And it came out beautifully. And now all I'm going to do, I just took it out of the oven. Let me get rid of this for a minute. I just took it out of the oven. And all we need to do is slice it. So a schiacciata is basically a ton of red onion. In this case, I used red onion and a little bit of water, a little bit of flour, which is called a pastella. The final result, this is basically what it looks like. I'm gonna bring it a little closer so you can see. For me, it's actually going to replace, sometimes if you have a taste for bread, I'm trying to get more vegetables in all the time. So I thought this would be a great way to get my vegetables in. So you're just gonna cut it up into squares, and then you can use it for sandwiches. So it came beautifully crispy and crunchy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the rest of this later. But I want to show you exactly what I'm gonna do today with it is I'm using it basically as sandwich bread. So I'm just gonna turn to get the inside out part. And I actually had a taste for, I'm gonna actually put a little bit of spinach in the middle, fresh spinach. And I'm putting a fried egg on top because who doesn't love a fried egg? So I'm just gonna do that. And then put the other piece of schiacciata on top. And the idea for me is to eat less bread. This particular one does have flour, but I'm actually experimenting. The next one I'm gonna make is gonna be with lupini flour, which is actually extremely high in protein. And recently people are really discovering it. It's a great alternative to our flour.